Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in the video day, and today we're going to be recapping today's NBA games from October 25th. Saturday games are over. 5 games on the slate from today's NBA games, and I'm not going to lie, today's NBA games were not interesting at all. A really good game in Philadelphia, 76ers Hornets. We'll get into that game in just a minute, but that was the only close game today. 5 games today, and outside of that 76ers Hornets game that ended in a 4-point victory for the 76ers, the closest game outside of that was the Bulls Magic, and that was a 12-point game. 5 games today, and only one single digit outcome. That is unbelievable. But it was a decent day of basketball. Let's preview these matchups today. Or not preview. Let's recap these matchups today, starting with the Bulls and the Magic. The Bulls beat the Magic 110-98. I think if you would have told me before the season started the Bulls would be 2-0, beating the Orlando Magic and the Detroit Pistons, I would have called you crazy. I would have not believed you at all. But great win for the Chicago Bulls, beating this Magic team 110-98. Paolo Banchero had a lot better of a night than he did last night, 24-10. Franz Wagner has been playing good basketball throughout their first 2 games, 24 and 27, but he did not play as well. Tonight was 17 and 7. Desmond Bane with 14 points, Wendell Carter with 8 and 13. Off the bench from Anthony Black, they got 19 points, and Gogo Batanza gave them 9 rebounds in 17 minutes off the bench. For the Bulls, Josh Giddey had 21 points and 8 rebounds. Nikola Vucevic had 15 and 8. It's not as good as what he had in the last game. Tyus Jones' brother, Trey Jones, 13 points, 8 assists. Isaac Okoro, 4 rebounds, even though he started, was 0 for 6 from the floor. And then you've got Matas Buzelis, not good night. I believe he got hurt. 12 minutes, 3 points. I think he got hurt. Actually fouled out. Never mind. Got in foul trouble. Fouled out. Kevin Huerter, 11 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. 12 points for Patrick Williams, 15 points for Ayo Dosunmu, 16 points for Jalen Smith. This Bulls team had a hell of a performance off the bench with 4 players in double figures in this game. Great performance by the Bulls bench. Thunder beat the Hawks. I did watch a little bit of this game. Thunder beat the Hawks 117-100. Even though the Thunder is still shorthanded, they're still without Jalen Williams, still without Alex Caruso, who's got a concussion. And they're still without, some guys. They got back Hassan Wallace today, who missed their last game, but he wasn't much of a help. He was 1 for 7 with 3 points. Shea, another 30-point bomb, 34 and 5 for Shea. But he wasn't even their best player tonight. I think their best player was Chet Holmgren with 31 and 12. With 6 for 8 from 3 for the Thunder, 9 for 10 at the free throw line. Lou Dort with 5 points, 14 and 10 for Isaiah Hartenstein. Call me crazy, but I think an early candidate for 6th man of the year, A.J. Mitchell, 14 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. He had 26 for the Thunder the other night in their win against the Pacers. He had like 15 or 14 in the first game against the Rockets. I think he's an early favorite through the first 5 days of the season. I know it's only the first 4 or 5 days of the season, but even though it is, I think he's an early candidate or favorite for 6th man of the year so far. The Hawks, another game where they get blown out. Trae Young is just not playing great basketball right now. 15 and 10, shot 5 for 12. Onyeka Okongwu, 11 and 12. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, 17 points. They're without Zachary Richichet tonight, though. Vit Krejcik with 13 points and Asanua with 12 and 10. The rookie with a double-double off the bench. Interesting. Memphis, Indiana. And then we see Memphis just blow out Indiana. Memphis gave up almost 150 to the Heat last night. Got killed by over 30. This was a nice bounce back for the Grizzlies. Ja with 19. Jock Landale with 8 and 8. Good to see him play well. Jaren Jackson Jr. made his season debut tonight. 17 points. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope with 10 points. 27 for rookie Colin Cowart off the bench. 16 points from Small as well. Good performance by the Grizzlies tonight. Benedict Mathurin got hurt. He had 26 points. He's been a killer. 15 points for Aaron Nesmith, 13 for Siakam, 6 and 6 as well for him, and 13 points for Obi Toppin off the bench. And then going to the Suns Nuggets, another triple-double for Jokic. Not a lot of points. 14 points, 14 rebounds, 15 assists, 5 for 8 from the floor. Just an amazing performance by Jokic, 3 steals. 23 points by Jamal Murray, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. 20 points for Christian Brown. Cameron Johnson plays some better basketball, 15. Aaron Gordon, not as good as he was the other night, of course, with 50 points. Tonight, 17 points and 1 for 6 from 3 shooting. Of course, he's going to have an off night after going 10 for 11 from 3 with 50 points. But I think the thing I noticed the most with this team for the Nuggets this year is last year their bench was one of the worst benches in basketball. This year it's much more improved. 12 points for Jonas Valanciunas off the bench, 7 rebounds in 12 minutes. Peyton Watson had 7 points off the bench, 4 points for Tim Hardaway Jr. off the bench, and 11 for Bruce Brown. This Nuggets team, I believe, has life off the bench again. Great win for the Nuggets over the Suns, beating them 133-111. Booker did have 31. Brooks had 15. Grayson Allen had 17. Then moving on to the last game, the only close game of the day, 76ers beat the Hornets 125-121. 76ers were down 112-102 with 5 minutes left in the game, but the 76ers still win this one. Tyrese Maxey scores 28 points, 6 rebounds, 9 assists. The 76ers as a team tonight hit 18 threes. BJ Edgecombe, not as good as he was with the other night with 34 points, but he is really good in this game. 15 points, 6 rebounds, 8 assists. 19 points for Kelly Oubre Jr., 20 points, 2 rebounds, and 4 assists for Joel Embiid. 20-minute restriction for Joel. This is the thing I don't understand with Joel Embiid. I'm fine with the 20-minute restriction for him. That's fine. Ease him back into it. And I get that. And this is more of what I don't get with the 76ers is, okay, well, he's not playing in the fourth quarter because through 3 quarters, he's already played 20 minutes. So what I don't understand is, why don't you limit him to 5 minutes per quarter? Okay, he plays the first 5 minutes of the first quarter, and then he plays the last 5 minutes of the second quarter. He plays the first 5 minutes of the third quarter, and the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter. Because late in the stretch, I know that, the 76ers won this game. Andre Drummond did decent. But Andre Drummond's in the game late. And Joel Embiid was killing it in this game. Joel Embiid had 20 points in 20 minutes. I don't know why you design it where Joel Embiid gets some minutes in the fourth quarter late in action, because you did not have him late in the game, because he had already played 20 minutes tonight before you got to that final stage of the fourth quarter. Embiid was in the zone tonight. He wasn't in their last game against Boston. He was 1 for 9 from the floor. But Embiid was 7 for 11 today, 3 for 6 from 3, 20 points and 4 assists with 2 rebounds in 20 minutes. Quentin Grimes was killer off the bench, though, 24 points and 4 assists. And Andre Drummond did step up in this game with 7 points and 13 rebounds with 2 steals off the bench, 15 minutes. So great game by Philly. Charlotte, for them tonight, Bridges had 18, 10, and 7. LaMelo Ball almost had a triple-double, 27, 9, and 8. Colin Sexton had 21 points and 7 assists. And Cockburner had 14 and 7. Colin Knippel with 14 points off the bench. This was a really good game. You guys, let me know your thoughts on today's NBA games in the comment section, and peace out.